Hey, Doug, I guess I'll start. Just wondering, all right, I don't know if we're ready.
I don't know if they can hear me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Hey, Doug, hope you're well, man. Just first of all, I wonder did you see Nick last night, and what'd you think of Allegretti's performance, if you saw it?
Yeah, obviously it's awesome to see, someone you look up to like that and someone that you played with for years, kind of reach that final goal. And obviously there's still a lot to go for him, but it was awesome seeing him in the game and, getting the shout outs that he definitely deserves, because he works super hard. Then I sent him a little text after the game and was just like, good job in the game and all that. And we had a little conversation about it.
I'm also asking for your perspective on Rod Perry. I don't know how much you're going against him now, but what's your initial impression of him as a one technique nose guard?
Yeah. So we've been going against each other, basically this entire, couple weeks of practice. And, I think he's a great player and I think, he could do some special things this year for sure. He's got a super high motor and, he plays with good leverage, good hands. So he's definitely going to be a good player in this conference.
And the last one for you, I know you guys had a little bit of rushing success last year against Wisconsin. What's the challenge of their front, their scheme, where they seem to change a lot up front?
I think the main challenge with them is just, their personnel. They're good players. Their front four is a stout group. They're big guys, and then they have those linebackers behind them that move around really well, and they have a really good feel for the game. I think we went into the game last year with a good plan, and I think going in this week we have a good plan as well. So looking forward to trying to kind of build on the success that we had last year.
Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Doug, it's Mike Pearson. I have a couple of questions for you regarding the offensive line and speaking to the fact that 17 of the 21 offensive linemen are either from the state and or St. Louis. Do you guys from the state talk about that?
I think, we definitely know coming in, like when new guys come in, we'll definitely know, of the schools that they come from. So it's kind of just like an instant connection between, the Illinois guys and then, because we have a lot in common and, we have some common opponents or we might have played each other in high school. So there's definitely a lot of talk in the O-line room about, who thinks they had the best high school team. There's some arguments that come from that, but also, there's a lot of similarities between, what we all went through in high school.
And Coach McLean gives you quite a compliment. He says if he was to write up a description of what he'd want a center to be, it's what you'd bring to the table. What is it? What are the factors that are driving you to constantly improve like that?
I think, I have a tremendous amount of pride playing for this university. Growing up an Illinois fan, this is my dream, like many of you guys know, because I've said it a bunch before. But that definitely drives me. And then obviously, there's a drive for, wanting to be great. I want to be the best center in America. And, I go out there and strive to do that every single day. And then at the end of the day, it's all about our teammates. It's all about the other four guys. So if I'm not playing, hard on every snap, if I'm not doing all the things I need to do, then I'm letting them down. I'm letting myself down.
Right. And finally, Coach said that without practice in the spring, you concentrated on your Zoom meetings, and Coach said you really talked football. What was the biggest takeaway that you got from those Zoom sessions?
I think, there were a lot of little things about the game that I learned, and I would say, just kind of like an overall theme from that was that, there's always something to learn, and, it's never a final product. There's always, more nuances to the game that you can kind of pinpoint. And when you're out on the field, you start to see them, which, I might not have seen when I was, younger in my career.
Great. Thank you.
Hey, Doug. Offensive lines are known for that closeness amongst the guys. did that develop really easily with this group? I mean, you guys always close. Was it very simple to see? Was it something you kind of led to?
Yeah, I think it was really simple. There's never been too many issues in our room, and we've always kind of just been friends from the start. So super easy with that side of things.
Do you guys do anything special off the field, like anything together all the time? You go bowling, you go, are there things you guys like to do together when you hang out?
Yeah, obviously, in the past couple of years, we always would do the O-line dinners. But that's tough now because you can't really go to a restaurant and sit down and stuff like that. But yeah, we've done that in the past, and we're always trying to do stuff together. Even if it's just sitting down and watching some games together, we'll do that.
But you haven't gone to somebody's house to have dinner or anything like that? Nothing new to replace the restaurants and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're in talks about getting some stuff delivered to the stadium. We've done that in the past, so we'll probably do this in the future.
Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate it.
Doug, good to see you. You mentioned Nick last night. What did he mean for you guys as younger players and to kind of set the foundation of what this offensive line has grown into?
I think he was a huge influence on all of us, obviously, because we were, 18, 19 years old, and he was kind of the one veteran on that offensive line. So we kind of had to learn a lot from him, on and off the field, mainly like how to take care of your body, stuff like that. And, we'd kind of watch him every day, and we'd kind of just follow him around and do the same things that he did. And then from a mentality side of things, I think he brought a lot to the game that we still carry with us right now, which is all about toughness and grit. And, those are kind of the things that we want to live by on the offensive line.
And then Virtus, Lovey announced he's going to start at right guard. And, what's he added to the group, and just what have you seen from him in camp?
Yeah, I think, Virtus is a great offensive lineman, and, he has all the tools to be successful. He's a big kid, big, strong kid. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can add to the group. And, I think we've already seen some of those things in both the run and the pass game. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
And then my last thing, obviously, as was mentioned, it's an all-Illinois starting line. What is it about Illinois offensive linemen, Illinois high school offensive linemen, I say that makes you guys good and ready to go?
I think, we can all speak, individually on this point, but I know when I was in high school, I had a great offensive line coach who got me ready for this. And, I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of in that same boat. But also, I think it's special just to come from the home state and playing in that home school. I think there's, an added level of pride, and, you want to represent your state well, and, you're able to have your family and everyone come to games. So I think that adds to it for sure.
Thanks a lot, Doug.
Appreciate it.
What's up, Doug? Good to see you. How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Good. Obviously, Wisconsin's just a few days away now. As someone who's been in a lot of Big Ten contests, what would you say the X factor is for this game for you guys to be able to pull out a win?
I don't think it's anything too crazy. I just think, executing and following the game plan that, Coach Rod Smith is putting forward. That's really what we need to do. We need to harp on the details, and execute completely as an offense. And, we can't have the plays where, one guy messes up and, that's the guy who makes the play. We all got to be on the same page, and, we just got to be clean out there.
Absolutely. I'd imagine I think Lovey said something about it yesterday. It's nice when you don't have 90,000 hostile fans screaming at you when you're trying to, run plays and call the shots pre-snap. Do you think that's going to be a factor at all, or is it, not that much of a factor as people might think?
I think, from the communication aspect of it, it'll definitely make a difference. Not having to, yell quite as loud or whatever. But yeah, in terms of when you're actually playing and when you're in the heat of the moment, you don't really hear what's going on. You might hear, a couple roars, but definitely in between plays, there'll be a big difference.
Last year, Reggie and Dre had a lot of success on the ground. and you guys did too, together against Wisconsin. What have you seen from these running backs in camp? You know, we kind of don't know a lot about them. We haven't gotten to see what your guys' rushing attack is really going to look like.
Yeah, I think, you know, all the backs in the room can all play, honestly. And they've shown that throughout camp. You know, they've been breaking some big runs, and, you know, I think we have a lot of guys in that room who are pretty special. Obviously, Mike Epstein's coming back. We've seen a little bit of him throughout the years. So we're definitely excited to get him back for this year. And then some other guys in the room like Chase Brown, Jakari, you know, all those guys, the new kid, Reggie is really good. So I think, you know, what they bring to the table this year is just, you know, they run hard, they hit the holes well, and, you know, they got some speed to them as well.
Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate it. We all good?
Thanks,
Thanks,
Doug.
Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate it.